Hi everyone. I just wanted to throw this together just to kind of show you what Logger Pro is, what we're trying to do with this particular lab. So I know some of you guys got confused, so I'm just going to walk you through it. So the first step it tells you to do is to open up that file, go to Chemistry with Computers, and then go to number 5. So find the relationship. So now that I've got this opened up, you guys have 3 different data sets. I'm just going to type in just kind of a random data set just to kind of show you what it's asking you to do. Okay, you guys should have 3 different problem sets that you're going to work through. I'm just going to show you one of them. All right. So I just kind of typed in a random data set with 5 different points here. So once I do that, I can see that this is not a straight linear, it's not a straight line. It actually has a curve. So that's kind of where you are at with procedure number 4, where it's saying examine the shape of the curve in the graph. If the graph is curved, then it's going to vary inversely or exponentially. And just by the shape of this curve and the direction of this curve, I know that this is an inverse relationship. So now I want to know, is it inverse square, or is it inverse cube? So there's 2 ways to do that. One way to do it is the first kind of instructions that it gives you, which is to go up to your data, pull down new calculated column, and then just type in x to the, I'm going to start with -1. So that would be just y is inversely related to x. I come down here and I pull up the variable x, and then I hit -1 power. I'm done. Okay, so now I don't have to really calculate any of that stuff. All I have to do is come down here and click on this x, and now what I can do is I can just say graph y and the inverse of x. I don't really see a straight line, so that doesn't really confirm that this is the inverse relationship that I'm looking for. So what I can do is go back to data, start a new calculated column, and now what I'm going to try is, I know it's inverse, so I'm going to use negative, but now I'm going to try inverse square. Okay, so I can pull down the variable again, and I'm going to do -2 for an inverse square, and I'm going to hit done. Now I have to come down here again and kind of change this. Okay, so now here's my new one. Still doesn't really give me a line that goes through the origin, so I'm going to try the only other option. So new calculated column. I'm going to now try an inverse cube relationship. So x power and then -3 for that inverse cube. And I'm going to click done. Now I'm going to come down here, so it's all calculating everything for you up here. All you have to do is come down and change that x-axis. So now I graphed y and the inverse cube of x, and I do see a line. So that kind of confirms what type of inverse relationship I have. So at that point, you're going to drop down to procedure 6, which says once you see this line, you're going to come up here to this linear fit, and you're going to actually connect those points together. Okay, this is the first thing that you're going to print. So you're going to print this graph out. Another thing it's going to tell you to do, this is kind of a bonus, but it's nice to be able to do this, is to go down to text annotation and type in problem set number 7, for example. Then what you can do is you can kind of grab this thing, you can pull it over here, you can attach this to your line, and then you can print that. So now you know that's actually problem number 7. Okay, so far so good. Now, what I can also do, and what it's going to tell you to do, is delete this. You can go back to your original graph. Okay, and now there's actually another way to try and confirm what this relationship is. A lot of people like this because they think it's a lot easier. But what you can do is you can go up here to the curve fit, and now what I can do is I can go to this variable power, and I can start clicking through to figure out, what matches up with my data set. So if I thought this was a linear relationship, I would just put 1 and try fit. Okay, hold on. I have to actually click on the graph before I show you this. All right, so again, variable power. I'm going to go back to 1, try fit. and it's not working. Okay, one more time. Number 1, try fit. There we go, bingo. So that doesn't match up. So if I still think it's a direct relationship, but I think it's exponential, where y varies exponentially with x, so maybe like it's directly related to x squared. I could type in 2, try fit. That doesn't work either. So I know this is an inverse relationship, so I'm going to type in -1 just to, again, see if that works. That doesn't really fit. So is y inversely related to the square of x? Let's try that. That doesn't work again. So I'm going to try -3. Try fit. So that actually works. So this is just another way to confirm what type of inverse relationship this is. Y is inversely related to the cube of x. So now I can hit OK. So we just did the same thing we did before, only we're just using a different tool to do that. Same thing. I'm going to print this out, and you should be able to do that for all 3 data sets. Hopefully that was helpful.